What's up, ghosts and goblins? It's me, your girl, Nat. And joining me, as always, is my best friend, Katie.
What up, homie?
We're throwing it back today with a continuation of a miniseries once thought to be trashed. So, stick around, my friends, because you are listening to Wading into the Void. Today, we are diving back into our Demons miniseries. A lot of you didn't say shit about this entire miniseries. Some of you sent concerning messages to us saying, like, not to talk about demons. And then some people actually enjoyed the series. Me and Katie, basically. So we're bringing it back because I think it's funny. I think it's fun. A lot of these are, in my opinion, I don't believe in any of these. So I feel like me talking about them is not bad.
You're like, what's gonna happen?
But even if something were to happen, I'm not, like, summoning demons. I don't want anything from them. I'm just talking about them.
Yeah, we're not over here doing a hoodoo voodoo, you know?
Exactly. We're telling you who they are, what they represent, what they look like, and where they come from in some situations. Because some of these are, like, actually in common religions. And while I was going through this, I've learned some stuff that we'll talk about in talking about this first person, about religion, about some major religions. So, yes. I have covered demons that start with the letter A and demons that start with the letter B.
Woohoo.
Today, of course, we're talking about demons that start with the letter C. I have 6 of them. So, we shall see where this gets us and how long the episode ends up being.
All right.
So, Katie, let's throw ourselves into the Oracle and Tarot for today.
Okay. I'm ready. That means I have to do it. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my god. Guys, I'm so fucking spacey. I completely blanked.
I'm here. I just woke up and my name is Katie.
It's a Saturday morning, you know.
Literally, so Katie's like, let's record at 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday right before we have to edit and post this video. And I was like, okay, sure. And then she gets on our Discord call and she's like, I just woke up at 10:25. Like, I've been up since 7 because my cats like to fucking jackhammer my head with their paws and scream in my face to be fed.
My guys, I'm fucking going through it, okay? So, I'm like, let me sleep. It's the only time there's peace. Please. But, I do have our Tarot and Oracle pulled, so we are pulling from the Starseed Oracle Guidebook by Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Danielle Noel, and we pulled Fall Into My Arms.
Oh, romantic.
Kind of, I guess. The main points are surrender, holding the opposites, and the extremes of life. So, to preface both of these polls, I asked for advice on my current life. So this seems fitting, right?
Just let go and let life take you by the fucking arms.
That's, I mean, like, pretty much what this bitch says. So, it says,
surrender. Stop fighting. Oh my, wait, hang on. We gotta go on a little tangent before you read the actual card.
Okay.
Because I said stop fighting, and it reminded me of something. So, those of you who listen, I know if Ben listens to this most updated episode, he's gonna be like, yes, for sure. But I don't know if any of you have listened to or have watched Smiling Friends. Katie, have you seen the show?
But I've, like, seen all the teasers and everything for it.
So, if you know me, which at this point I would hope you do, kind of, I have the most unhinged, cracked out sense of humor, and I will laugh at the worst brain rot you've ever seen. So, Smiling Friends is that, but in the most beautiful way. Like, it is all over the place, but it still somehow tells a story in every single episode. It's amazing. Highly recommend. It's so fucking funny and fucking weird. So, in the most recent season, there is an episode about a doctor or a scientist who is obsessed with making a homunculi. Do you remember that video on YouTube a really long time ago?
I think so.
This dude trying to make homunculi, and he's like inserting his sperm into a chicken egg in order to make a humanoid creature.
Yes, I do.
So this episode's basically based off of that. And
awesome.
And like so he lives in an apartment with his brother, and his brother hates him and thinks he's like a waste of space because he just like inserts his sperm into eggs literally all day, every day. Jesus. And is weird as hell. And while they're fighting, the homunculi actually hatches and a little creature comes out of it, and all it goes is like, it's like, stop fighting! Oh, and it is the nastiest little thing you've ever seen. Hang on, I will just literally show you right now. Katie, you're gonna think this is so weird, but it's so funny. And Dylan and I have been like, stop fighting! every single day for the past like 3 or 4 weeks since we watched that episode.
I can't wait. It is
amazing. I just sent it to you.
I'm a little nervous, but...
I can hear it playing!
Why the fuck is it playing out?
Wait, just keep playing.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
It's so funny. Hello, Dennis, hello!
Oh my fucking god. Ew!
Okay, turn it off.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, you saw him slurping on a toe?
Yes! I'm scarred for life.
That show's so funny. Oh my god. Stop fighting! Okay. Anyways, that's been a consistent theme, so I just had to tell you that real quick, and now you may read the tarot, or the oracle card.
Oh, good. I don't even fucking remember how we got related to that, but...
Well, we had to stop fighting whatever.
Oh,
like, surrender.
That's what it was. Yes.
We had to stop fighting!
So I hope you guys are realizing now why the last few episodes that are supposed to be mine, that I was like, I can't. Mentally, I can't. But let's talk about Fall Into My Arms, shall we? The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. So, great encouraging sentiment right from the start. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often, we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded, and when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts. To lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms. To remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I have truly lived.
Nice.
So then there's like an activation ritual for each card in this deck. So it says, place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following.
Uh-oh.
So, for shits and gigs, I'm going to do it.
Alright.
I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. All right, we'll see if she decides to, like, bless me with a little...
Oh, that was it?
Yep.
Oh, okay,
with a little
sure.
peace and fucking joy.
So, I mean, that one was kind of like, remember that life is a balance. Where you have good, you also have bad. And that is basically everyone's life plan is kind of out of their control.
And I would say it's pretty spot on for my current situation. We're not going to get into it. But there has been plenty of good with the current not so good. So,
yeah.
You know,
all right.
You live, you learn, you move on, you do your shit, and yeah. And then what I am the most excited about here is my tarot deck that we're using today. So I bought this new deck recently. I saw it on the good old Amazon, and I was like, yeah, gotta have it. So it came in a nice little box to my house, and now I'm going to turn on my camera so you can see this.
Okay.
Just so you can, you know, see the beauty of this deck that I was like, yeah, I need to buy it.
Okay.
So, ignore my appearance, and yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, we are using the Antique Anatomy Tarot.
Oh, I've seen this one.
Isn't it fucking beautiful?
It's so cool.
And the guidebook is by Claire Goodchild. So, we pulled...
It's 11:11.
Perfect.
I figured
because
my sister would love to hear that.
She an 11:11 girly?
She's just a repeating number girly.
Hey, mine's 420, oddly enough.
420!
But if you look up the angel number for 420, it has nothing to do with, like, you know, fucking blazing it. And all about being actually connected to spirits. And, like, the other side, which is very interesting, considering me and my gifts that I have been fucking squashing to the ground the last couple months. So, like, every time it's like I need a little reminder, it's like, hey, 420. I'm like, God damn it. But we pulled the Empress.
Oh.
Isn't that... Tell me that card's not fucking stunning.
That's cool.
What I loved about this deck is that it stays true to its name with, like, antique anatomy. So they're basically, like, all antique anatomy drawings from, like, old, science-y textbooks and things. But woven throughout every piece of anatomy are, like, florals and just a bunch of beauty. So I can't wait for you guys to see this one when we throw it up on the stories on our social, so be sure to go check, or they will also be in Discord. But, camera off, Nat, so you don't have to keep looking at me. So, the Empress. So, in this deck, you have numerology, which this one is 3, astrological correspondence, which is Venus, the element, which is Earth, and companion cards, which I think is really interesting. So, with this one, you have the Hanged Man and the World, so... Then it gives you your nice little, you know, overview and then some keywords at the end. So, the Empress greets you with warmth, beauty, and motherly love. She represents a welcome support system for those who thrive on positive reinforcement. The Empress's energy is born out of the natural world, and she understands that being in touch with your senses plays a huge part in your creative process. If she had a motto, it would definitely be stop and smell the roses, or better yet, pick a few and bring them with you. In a reading, the Empress signifies a period of abundance and opportunity. Everything you touch can be turned into something amazing and will be well received by others. You just need to believe in yourself. And then the keywords are beauty, abundance, potential, creation, luxury, fertility, and Mother Nature. But yeah.
Well, I think that kind of goes back to what we were talking about before we were recording. Because you pulled this for yourself.
Yes, I definitely
did. So I think the prospects that you have potentially in the future, this is what it's referencing.
I would definitely agree with that.
And it seems like it could potentially be leading to a positive thing.
Can we
keeping
get
it as vague as possible.
Can we get a let's fucking hope so? So
let's fucking hope so, bro.
Because I'm almost at my breaking fucking point. So I'm like trying to think of like what I can say to fill the peeps in, because I know that they like to kind of be interconnected and understand like what we're going through. To put it as, you know, kind of plainly as possible, my life has been fucking nuts, and we'll just start with the fact that I am just over the halfway point, like the hill in my grad program. We can start there. That one's pretty easy to talk about, you know. And I'm about fucking over it.
Yeah.
So I am doing my grad program through Southern New Hampshire University because it is online. It was the most affordable one. And this is not a paid promotion, but they've been pretty fucking great. So for what I'm doing. But the current professor I have is very much a confusing hard ass.
Yeah.
So I'm taking marketing and data analytics right now. And to be frank, I love numbers because I am autistic. So I'm like, yes, let's look at the data. This will make me happy. That's why I loved algebra in high school. So we're doing it, you know, everything's fine. Like, the material itself isn't confusing. I'm grasping it, whatever. But, like, this professor is so contradictory. It makes no fucking sense. So, on the last couple of my papers, I have gotten 100s, and I have a 98 in the class. And on the last paper, he gives me 100, and then he says something along the lines of, don't think this criticism is too harsh. And then the last thing he says before going into the actual, like, graded rubric of everything is, it's time to start thinking like a marketer and stop thinking theoretically.
Okay.
He gave me a 100. So I'm a little fucking confused. To begin with, right?
What even was the project?
It was, I believe, our second milestone for our final exam. So it was kind of like culminating a bunch of different weeks worth of information together in regards to our final project. And so going through, each one is like a line listed item essentially. And in each section, he's like, exceeds expectations. And then he will say something like, this was good, but you need more detail. Stop theorizing. I want examples. And I'm like, you know, this all makes perfect sense. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, marketing is theory supported by data-driven decisions. Like, you can theorize that something's going to work, but you don't know that it's going to work until you actually do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, sir, you're confusing me. But, you know, I hand every paper in, it's fine, whatever. So at the beginning of the term, he told me, he's like, okay, I want to see more detail from you. And that's when I'm hitting my, you know, page requirements. So 3 to 5 pages, whatever, APA format. And I'm like, okay. And that's when I didn't get, like, my 100. So I'm like, okay, I'll give him more detail. So this paper, 3 to 5 page limit, I handed it in. It was like 8 or 9 pages. And he's still saying, more detail, more detail. I'm like, sir?
Is he reading it? Is he actually reading them?
I have like, he has to be. Because
that's kind of what it seems like. Because I've had a professor like that before that'll just give people random grades and, like, put in the same exact comments for literally everyone. And not even read anything, especially in my master's program, which is really unprofessional for the professor. But I have totally had people who do that before, so he might not even be reading it.
You see, what I think is happening is I think he's reading it because he is giving me, like, some comments in regard to specific things I've said in each paper. But I do think that there has been a significant amount of copy and paste, and a lot of the sentiments are general to the entire course, which is not beneficial if they don't apply to me.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember... I can't remember which professor it was, but one would literally say the same thing to everyone and also have, like, an actual comment from reading it, but then they'd say, like, I don't even know. It's, like, good overall, but needs something. And they said it to literally everyone, from people getting, like, 100s to, like, 50s.
Yeah.
It's like literally everyone in the class was getting this one comment, and we kept saying it in every class because we thought it was hilarious that we were all getting it. So it's probably exactly what you think. He's probably just like, okay, copy paste. Oh, here's this one thing so they know that I'm kind of reading it. And then copy paste.
Yeah, so it's, you know, that kind of culminated with the fact that I have been doing this for 70-ish consecutive work weeks straight with a week break in between each of them, and I'm just kind of like, between this and like all of my work on top of that, I'm just like, ugh, I need a goddamn break. So I've made the executive decision to take the next term off and then pick it up again in October. So hopefully you guys will see me get back on the straight and narrow that is my normal life, and actually be able to write some fucking content, because I really want to. I have so many ideas and things I want to go into floating around in this cranium of mine, but I literally do not have the fucking mental capacity at the moment. So thank you for, you know, sticking with me as I go through this fun little journey. But yeah, I'm gonna let Nat start talking about our demons after I've addressed my inner demons, and yeah.
Alright. Do you have the document open?
I do, and I'm looking at whatever the fuck this thing is.
Okay, we are starting with our demons with the letter C. We are starting with Came, also known as Cameo. So, first of all, Katie, look at this dude.
Oh, I'm looking.
Man's attended Servington University and graduated with a degree in contology. Like, why is he posed like that? Also, why the man version of him? Why is he low-key pregnant?
Okay, I was gonna say that he looks like a bird mixed with like a Spanish conquistador. I think is the word for it. But that's literally like, he's giving the cuntiest fucking pose ever.
Even in the bird picture.
Yes.
He's like,
oh my god, I didn't even notice
bitch. You better work, bitch.
The talon and the like hitched wing in the fucking bird picture.
He literally like has his hand on his hip and is like, bitch, you wanna go?
I'm here for it, honestly. This might be the only bird that I'm like, okay.
Okay. Pass. Like, he gets a pass.
He gets the pass, okay?
Alright, so this man is like 90% anthropomorphic bird. Except he has a dude's head and a bird beak hat. I don't even know.
I mean, it's fashion, baby.
He's literally posted up like he's posing for Vogue.
I mean,
like, I don't even know. I guess. But he has ostrich, like, the ass feathers.
Oh.
For some reason. But I guess it's not an ostrich. I don't know.
I was gonna say, that might, revoke his privilege of being okay.
It's not an ostrich. I promise. But
did we ever tell them the story of, like...
Yes.
We did? Okay.
You getting pecked by the ostrich, and that's why you hate birds. And...
Yes. So anytime that word is mentioned, I call it, like, the O word.
Ostrich.
I'm like... PTSD flashbacks. Like those memes of, like, people from, like, World War II.
Yeah. Literally.
This is my World War II.
Oh my god, wait. That one picture of the dude that's, like, staring off into the distance, you know, and the, like, the war is happening behind him. The, like, 1,000-yard stare. That's you. And in the background is just, like, a herd of ostriches. That's what we need for a meme. Our next meme.
Yeah, we do. Nick?
Nick? Anyone? I'll try to do it. I don't know. So, this wonderful specimen is Caim, also known as Caim. So it's C-A-I-M, but is also spelled C-A-Y-M or C-A-M-I-O, like cameo.
We love an indecisive queen.
You know? Yeah, that's like literally every single demon ever.
So true.
So he's apparently a great president of hell within Christian demonology, which I didn't think that there was a legitimate Christian demonology, since I thought that demons weren't specifically mentioned in the Holy Bible, because that's what like modern Christians led me to believe.
Oh.
But it's funny because they do actually name a few and give passages for, like, each one. If you do, like, a Google search, like, what demons are in the Bible. So, of course, they have Beelzebub and Satan, because those are pretty much interchangeable. Yeah. Even though Beelzebub is actually can be a completely separate demon to Satan, they are usually used interchangeably. Asmodeus, which... Asmodeus. Satanas, Lucifer. Beelzebub. I know they say Beelzebub at some point.
I think it's after Is it after Lucifer or is Lucifer
I don't know. Yeah. So basically all these ones that I have listed are in that fucking song.
Cute.
And then they have Python, which I didn't know was a legitimate demon, but I think it might also be interchangeable for Satan.
Okay.
And Belial. Just to name a few that I could actually find that are supposedly in the Bible. But here's the thing, is that y'all have so many fucking versions of the same fucking book with some entire words being left out or meanings to a specific sentence completely changed by these random ass people that were put into positions of power. I'm looking at you, King James, who changed translation in the Bible to match his religious beliefs because he was petty and did not like the Geneva Bible because it didn't quote-unquote fit his beliefs. Why not just write your own damn Bible or write your own damn holy book?
Because he was lazy.
I honestly am not sure which version of the Bible each of these demons are in, because I was staring at a list of around 20 different variations of quote-unquote the same Bible, and honestly didn't want to put in the effort to find the specific version for a specific passage. But I digress. Back to Caim. Like, they're in there. You guys just are probably looking at your most modern, white person, old people version.
You know what? Because we're in the fucking USA, baby. I'm gonna say we only make reference to the Bible that is in the Library of Congress, which is the Gutenberg Bible.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I thought the King James Bible was what's most commonly used in hotels.
It might be, but it is the Gutenberg Bible is the only one that is actually referenced at all by the Library of Congress. So,
but you know what's funny? Also, if you, like, have the Holy Bible on your phone or, like, an app on your phone, it's gonna be, like, the Modern Christian's Bible. But they also have, like, Young Children's Bible. Like, I don't even know. Like, they have these specific, very, very specific ones that are used right now, which is so stupid. But it's basically dumbing down all of the words so that people in our world today with tier 1 vocabulary knowledge can read it.
So I looked it up, and apparently the Gutenberg Bible is the one referenced by many other, like, I don't want to say, like, leading countries in the world, but it is consistently referenced at other institutions, like the Göttingen State and University Library, which I'm going to guess is in Germany, the National Library of France, and the British Library. So,
well, I guess that would make sense because, I don't know how dated the Gutenberg Bible is, but the English language came from Germanic and Latin. So, if it was around the time of...
It was first printed in Latin, so let's see.
Okay.
Let's just do a search. Gutenberg Bible printed. That is so oddly specific. Okay.
All right.
The Gutenberg Bible was the first European book published on a printing press using movable metal type. Printed in Latin, the right page here displays Genesis, the first book of the Christian Bible. On February 23rd, 1455 is when many scholars agree that the Gutenberg Bible was published in Mainz, Germany.
So is that the one with 80 books?
Most likely.
Because a lot of them...
thick.
A lot of the modern Bibles only have like 60-something books, which is really interesting that they just took out like 20 books.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that this is the one that's got it all, because she is like a thick fucking book.
I mean, the Bible's like gigantic, but...
Approximately 180 copies were printed, and it was made up of 1,455 pages.
Okay, so that doesn't seem too different from the modern Bible, which I think is over 1,000 pages. So.
Yeah. All right, continue.
Okay. So let's go back to Cain. So Cain is a nocturnal demon who is most powerful during the month of December. And Cain commands 30 legions of demons. He has been described as looking like a blackbird, a man with a sharp sword, an elegant man with the head and wings of a blackbird, and a man with a peacock's tail wearing a tuft and many bracelets.
Okay, if he has a peacock's tail, he's still fine on my list.
So, I was reading the actual type of bird he was somewhere, but I can't find it. It was like a thrush or something like that.
Oh, that's a teeny tiny bird.
I think that's what they said. Let's see. A black thrush.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's not an ostrich. So, Cain is summoned for his willingness to honor honestly, Cain is summoned for his willingness to answer honestly questions regarding the future, but it should also be noted that they're not always truthful. So, like, he says, I'm answering honestly, but he could be lying.
I think we all have seen that recently on several news channels.
True. But also, like, this is classic demonology 101. They're always like, I tell you the truth, but they're literally lying straight to your face.
That is so true.
So to ensure that what he says is the truth, you have to make him stand in burning ashes or on hot coals, for while doing so, he is incapable of lying. So he's also an expert of hydromancy, which is so totally random.
Don't fucking know what that is.
Hydromancy?
Yeah.
So I believe it's like controlling of water.
Ah, okay.
Because hydro, I would assume, means water.
Yes.
And mancy is just like control over, basically.
Huh, okay.
So they have
I'll
like the power of controlling water. Great. So random. And he can give his summoner, this is the coolest part, he can give his summoner the understanding of the language of barking dogs, bird song, lowing cattle, and water. And his zodiacal sign is Sagittarius.
Huh, okay.
So he's a Sag. That's so fucking random.
That is incredibly random, but you know
But it's because he's most active in December, I guess. Because Sag is before Capricorn, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Because I think my dad's a Sagittarius.
I think the cut's like right at the like beginning of the month, so
Yeah, because it's like the 21st, I believe.
I think you're right, yeah.
In every month, 21st. So, honestly, I would love to be able to talk to my dog, but I also do not want to be around a man parading as a bird and, like, have to shove him onto burning coals in order to not have him lie straight to my fucking face. And, like, men in general just do that, so, like, he's just a dude. So, like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Nat's like, this is just a dude in a bad cosplay. Like,
this is a dude that makes me cringe. Oh, all right. Number 2. We're talking about Kali. So, in a lot of, so this is a Indian demon, specifically found in Hinduism.
Okay.
So, she normally, okay, they're genderless, but they appear as a woman, and a lot of people use she. So, we're gonna call her she, her. Okay.
Whatever works.
Kali is also known as, like, Kali Ma, like, mother, like, basically goddess.
Yep.
So, Kali is normally spelled with a K, but in this situation, it's a C. It's interchangeable, usually with a K more so, but I thought this one was too cool not to include. So, Kali is described as the queen of the demons and sultana of the Indian hell, to whom human victims were sometimes sacrificed in the olden times. So, Kali, this is her physical description. She is completely jet black. Her skin tone is the color of literal deep dark abyss black. She is described as having an exceptionally long tongue that she uses to drink blood with. Her eyes and eyebrows are also the color of blood, and she has long, loose hair. So she looks like a vampiric demoness, in my opinion. I'm just like imagining
that definitely checks out.
In some, yeah, totally. In some occasions, she's also seen as having like 4 arms, and each hand wields a sword. So she is like, she looks crazy cool.
All right.
So the only thing she wears is a necklace of human skulls and a belt made of severed arms. So if you see this demon, like, shit your pants, because she is very imposing.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Sometimes she can appear as, like, a blue humanoid being, with 4 arms, similar to her Hindu counterpart, which I don't know who that would be, but yes. Anyways, so...
yeah, what they said.
Yeah. Kali, whose name literally means black, became a blood drinker only out of necessity. So she's like a vampire, but because she had to be. Alright? She was fighting a demon named Raktavija.
Okay.
And each time a drop of his blood was shed, 1,000 new demons came into being and added themselves to the confrontation against the goddess. So, finally, in order to defeat Raktavija and his ever-increasing horde of minions, she had to drain him dry of his blood. Kali is the destroyer of ignorance and only kills in order to maintain the cosmic balance to things. Whether she acts in violence, changes come in her wake. So it is said that her image can be seen on a battlefield after a particularly long and bloody battle. Okay. So she is basically this goddess demon of violence, but it seems like any time she enacts violence, something huge comes from it.
Yep.
So, in this case, she was fighting a demon, and he was spawning all these little minions, so she had to completely drain him dry and kill everyone. So...
I support
But she defeated him, and he couldn't, like, take over the world, basically, because he's evil. So yeah, that's Kali. She's pretty cool.
I think so.
Imagine a naked lady running around with a belt of severed arms and a skull necklace.
Belt of severed arms.
Blood red eyebrows.
Fucking dream, baby.
So let's go on to the next one. Number 3. We have Calicantzaros, which this one reminds me of Krampus.
I was gonna say, like, Gollum.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a mixture between both of them physically.
Gotcha.
But I'll read the description to you. So, Calicantzaros is a Greek vampire which attacks people and tears them apart on holy days between Christmas and Epiphany. Okay. So, according to Christian Greek folk belief, a child born during Christmas, December 25th, and the Epiphany, January 6th, will become a Calicantzaros. And the Calicantzaroi are also active as a threat to normal humans during the same period of 12 days. So in this span of 12 days, this creature can exist and can wreak fucking havoc in the happiest time of the year. Of course. Okay. So they are these little, imagine like satyrs, but disgustingly evil and vampires. They roam the countryside and enter villages at night, but sleep in caves during the daytime. At the end of this period, they travel down caverns or other tunnels to Hades in the bowels of the earth. While on the world's surface, a male Calicantzaros is apt to kidnap a mortal woman and bring her back with him to the underworld as his bride and have children with her who also become Calicantzarai. So, yeah, I don't know. Very Greek. Stealing women definitely. And bringing them to have children. It is said that the first victims of Calicantzaros, whose parents were both mortal, so these are real children that turned into these demons. Yep. They often killed their own brothers and sisters, whom he was apt to bite and devour. So, like, if they bite their sibling, if they're overcome with the urge to bite, and they taste blood, they're gonna completely devour and kill their siblings.
I mean, that just kind of sounds like a toddler to me.
Basically. So to prevent an infant of two mortal parents, both during the prescribed Yuletide season, from becoming a Calicantzaros, the infant was sometimes held feet down over a fire by one of the parents until the toenails were singed. Because that makes sense. Sure. We can't even put, words. Like, blood of a virgin on our doorway or whatever. Blood of a baby on our doorway. No, we have to burn his little toesy woesies. So he doesn't become a vampire. Because that makes sense.
I mean, I don't want no bloodsucker in my house.
Yeah, but I'm not going to burn my kid's toes.
Yeah, no, that's kind of seems like one of those, like, unforgivable things, like a parent might do.
It's whatever. It's like an urban legend. You know? Oh, we gotta protect ourselves because this urban legend, this mythos is trying to kill us. Or could kill us, because we have a baby. So anyways, let's go to our next person. This is Charon, or Charon. I don't really know how it's pronounced. It's basically
It's
same...
Karen!
Yeah, it's same, but opposite of the Greek Karen.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Did I, like, jump ahead there?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Karen is often portrayed as a demon of death who accompanies the deceased on their final journey to the afterlife, wrenching them from the greetings of their loved ones and escorting them to their final destination. So, he's often depicted as a formidable and intimidating figure with a beard, vulture nose, and pointed ears. So, this is literally like Jafar from Aladdin. Like, just a dude. So,
okay.
He wears a short tunic and tall shoes and is presented in a bluish color in funerary paintings. In some depictions, he has snakes around his arms and huge wings, while in others, he often carries a hammer, which is his religious symbol, and sometimes also a sword. So this guy is like Greek Charon, but more... I don't know. Like, he brings people to the afterlife, but he's also, like, more of a Grim Reaper. You know, like, he's not just the ferryman. He's, like, taking you.
All right.
With his holy symbol, his holy weapon, basically.
Okay.
Which is interesting. So, that's basically all I had about this guy. He's just weird. This picture is a vase that I cropped because I wanted you to see what he looked like, but the whole vase looked so funny that I couldn't include it, because we would have just been laughing at it the whole time.
I mean, he's got some sick jewelry and tats.
I don't know what is on the top of his ears.
I have no fucking idea.
Let's just go to the next person. Right, Kim Hess.
Oh. Well.
Which this picture is very different from all the other ones.
Definitely so.
So, Kim Hess is most widely known as the 66th demon of the first part of the Ares Goetia. So he is described in the Ares Goetia as a godly warrior riding a black horse. He possesses the abilities of locating lost or hidden treasures, teaching grammar, logic, and rhetoric, as well as making a man into a warrior of his own likeness. He holds the rank of Marquis and is served by 20 legions. Kim Hess can also cause a person to cross seas and rivers quickly. So this guy, I don't know, he's like a big warrior, dude. Mm-hmm. He makes a warrior out of regular men. And apparently, if you need to, like, go to another continent, he will, like, snap you across the river or the sea or the ocean, whatever you want.
Fancy.
I don't know. He's so random. He can locate lost treasures, but he also teaches grammar.
What?
But can also make you a warrior. He's a bit confused. I mean, he's like a teacher. He's literally just, like, a teacher from medieval times.
I'm like, he teaches grammar? The fuck?
I don't even know. But also locates hidden treasures. I don't know. He's Indiana Jones, I guess.
Yeah, no, that checks.
Literally, I don't know. But so that's all random. I had about him. I don't even know. He's so real for that.
He's so real for that.
So, let's just move on to our last demon, because I don't even know what to say about that guy. So let's talk about Cressel.
Should I say what we're both thinking, or?
Why he kinda...
Why he look like somebody I gonna read about?
Why he tall, dark, and handsome?
Why he got those fake ears?
Scroll down to the second picture. This is also a depiction of him.
The fuck? They could not get any more different.
A little cherub with, like, 2 horns. I don't know.
And any attraction I had is gone.
Gone out the window. I don't know what this first picture is so fucking random, but
it is so random.
I like to imagine this is what he actually looks like, but not gigantic. So, Cressel is the 49th spirit of Goetia, known for manifesting as an angel and having a tendency to speak in dark and mysterious ways, as well as for his association with the element of water.
Okay.
So he's a Duke of Hell who rules over 48 legions of demons. And when summoned by a conjurer, he can teach geometry and other liberal sciences.
What's with the fucking teachers?
I don't know. He's a liberal arts professor. Like, I don't know. So he can also warm bodies of water, create the illusion of sound, rushing of waters. Like, he could make you hear the water rushing. I don't know. And he can also reveal the location of natural baths. He's like, P.U., you fucking stinky. There's a bath over here.
He's like, please, for the love of me, go shower.
For the love of me, Jesus.
I was going to say for the love of God, but, like, that kind of seems like it goes against his, like, personal brand, you know?
I don't even know. So, where other spirits in Lemegeton, I don't know, wherever he's from, wherever he exists, they're described as often taking monstrous shapes, riding on bizarre mounts, and having gravelly, deep voices. Cressel apparently has no steed and prefers to be seen in his original angelic appearance. So he is really, like, cunty, high lord, like, Duke of Hell, I'm here, listen to me, bitch, you stink. Okay.
He's like, what I'm gonna be fake for.
Right? He's like, no. I don't want to be some nasty, hideous damn monster. I don't want to ride no fucking horse or some shit.
He's like, you see me?
with my pretty little wings. I'm gonna tell you when you stink. And we're gonna go from there. And I'll also teach you some fucking liberal science. Whatever that means. So, once again, he's associated with water. So he's often described as dashing mermaid-like figure with captivating voice. So he's, like, really cunty. Like, he's like...
I mean, that checks out with the nymph picture. The first
right?
one.
Yeah. So he emanates a kind of graceful and mesmerizing aura. So he's like, wom, 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 I'm sexy and I know it, wom, wom. Like, you know. So his primary attribute.
What?
I literally don't know. It's so hot in this room. I am boiling.
Is LMFAO here?
Is LMFAO here? It's Party Rock is, y'all. It's Party Rock is. Not Party Rockers. So, anyways, his primary attributes are wisdom, cunning, and the ability to impart knowledge of the arcane arts and hidden truths to those who seek it. With his connection to water, he can also manipulate emotions, bringing out serenity or tumultuous storms, both literal and emotional. So he can make you have the worst day of your fucking life. If he wants you to. He's like, I don't like the smile you just gave me. Bitch, cry. So, he's like, kind of great.
He's like, bitch, you thought. Guess again.
So, Chrysalis' name is derived from the Latin word chrysalitus, meaning rattling or rustling, signifying the soothing sound of water flowing over pebbles. Mm-hmm. But... in my opinion, he's just, like, rattling your emotions out of your body. So, this essence mirrors the demon's calming influence over turbulent emotions, making it a sought-after ally for those seeking emotional balance and spiritual enlightenment. So, this is basically saying, if you're, like, unstable, seek him out and he'll help you find stability. But I like the theory that he causes instability, because I think that's hilarious.
I also find that incredibly funny, so...
So, his portrayal contrasts with the more malevolent depictions of other demons, highlighting his more scholarly and educational attributes. Mm-hmm. And him having the angelic form kind of represents enlightenment, knowledge, and bridging of the earthly with the spiritual, with the intersection between knowledge and the occult. So he's not a demon to be fearful of, is essentially what his goal is like, do not fear me. But in the case of the Bible, where it's literally a angel with like 500 eyeballs and 6 wings, this guy literally is just a beautiful man with wings. Gabriel's like, do not fear me, Mary. And she's staring at literally the most disgusting creature she's ever seen.
Do not fear me, Mary. I look totally normal.
And you hear simultaneously his 60 eyeballs just
I think
blinking.
I just puked. I hated that.
Yes. Wonderful. Well, that's my 6 demons for today that start with the letter C. I feel like the Count in Sesame Street. A, B, C, So anyways, even though he counts, that's just me with letters in this mini-series, I guess.
You know what? I'm here for it. I don't know why people didn't like this the first time.
I don't think they didn't like it. I think people just generally avoid demons because they are afraid of them. When in a lot of, I don't know, I feel like in some religions, demons aren't necessarily bad. Uh-huh. Like the jinns. Jinns are technically demons, but there's some good jinns and some bad jinns. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I think people need to open up their mind for learning about other cultures and other belief systems and stuff like that. Even if you don't believe in it, I think the history behind how they came to be are very interesting, because if you look at a lot of these demons and even like a lot of gods and stuff like that, a lot of it is like, people from whatever time period this was created or this, like, came about, this mythos, they're trying to apply real-world problems to, like, celestial or supernatural meanings.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this tsunami happened because Cressel willed it to.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, I don't know, I gained wisdom because Cressel helped me and enlightened me. Rather than I learned something, or, like, this is just nature. Tsunamis happen because of how the world works and how weather works.
God damn it. No, they don't.
So, I don't know. I think it's really interesting because, like, even Greek god, like, Greek mythos and stories, they have meaning, and it really kind of puts you in the shoes of people of that time period and location. So I think that these mini-series episodes they're funny because you can make fun of some of these things, or like, you find them interesting or silly, but also you are learning. So
yeah,
that's why I enjoy it, and I enjoy telling everyone about this because I'm also gaining knowledge about these little things from other cultures and societies that I would never have a part of had I not looked into any of this.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's cool.
I mean, that's why I like it, and that's why I also enjoyed, like, the cryptids as well, just because, like, you're learning these tiny little details about different, like, cultures and, like, areas of the world. And
yeah, because everything that kind of comes to be is from humans' innate desire to find meaning in everything and find a reason for why things exist the way that they do. So
couldn't have said it better myself.
You can quote me on that.
Woohoo!
So that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, and there have been several hints in here about a new mini-series that we're going to be starting up. So, if you have the time, why don't you go back and listen to some of those tiny little hints?
All right.
Because I promise, they're in here.
Unknowing to me, because I just been saying stuff and my subconscious just said stuff. But I'm now thinking I did say...
You said it verbatim.
Literally the word.
Like, at least once or twice.
Yeah, I did. Alright, so that's all I have. I don't have an outro. I don't know if we really need anything.
I don't think we need one.
Tell them where they can find us if they want more.
Yeah, so you can find us on Facebook and Instagram if you want... sorry, big stretch. If you want more content, we'll be there. And we are also in the process of redesigning and updating our website, which is also going to have a submission feature. So, if you are, in the New England area and you want some amateur ghost hunters to come investigate your home, your work location, if you have the authority to grant it, because we are not trying to get a trespassing charge, and etc., you can submit it. We will contact you, and maybe we'll pop into your place.
But also, I feel like we should open submissions to episode ideas as well. If people are not interested in the ghost hunting aspect, you can still be involved in our podcast.
Yes.
If you want to submit an idea to us, we will look into it and do an episode about it if we think it's cool.
I love that idea. And we should be able to toggle some type of, like, drop-down selection for... whether you want to submit, like, please come help me investigate the ghosts and demons at my house. Or if you want us to look into something specific for an episode. So, stay tuned.
Also, I will note, if you are inviting us to your house, I don't know. I feel like some weirdo is going to contact us and be fucking weird, or... I don't know. I'm just imagining the worst scenario where we go and it's like some dude by himself and he tries to like harm us. So if you're thinking about doing something like that, I will let you know that I have a taser.
Oh my god! I was just gonna say the same thing.
We carry tasers
I
and
have
mace
a
with us
taser
on every investigation. So
I have a taser. We will have pepper spray. And I have no fear of death and a willingness to fucking fight. So,
so preferably, please be very like welcoming and kind to us, and don't be fucking creepy. And yeah,
we will do our research. By the way,
yeah, exactly.
We're not.
We'll
just
do a background check.
Like, I will stalk you on every form of social media.
Well, we don't want people to be scared of us, Katie.
Speak for yourself. Just kidding. No.
I just want there to be a general understanding of if you're a weirdo and want, like, 4 women to come to your house, I'm gonna tase the fuck out of you, so...
Yeah, no,
And you will shit your pants. Like, it's not a sexy, I'm gonna tase you. It's like, you will shit and piss your pants, and we will leave you there on the brink of fucking death. Okay.
Yeah, we're not just gonna show up.
I just had to make my peace with that, because I don't want people taking advantage of us.
Oh, yeah, no, they are not going to. I will not allow that to happen. Before we go to anyone's house, I figured we would probably do, like, some sort of, like, screening call.
Yeah. I like that idea.
I know how to spot the fake.
Yeah. Alright. I worked myself up.
Nat's over here blood heated. She's like, I'll tase a bitch. But yeah, so stay tuned. We will announce when the new website is up and live.
Yeah.
And we look forward to catching you in the next episode.
Alrighty.
Okay, bye friends.
Bye.
Bye.